even have to go to jail. His lawyers convinced him that it would be a good idea for him to go to jail. His judge got Ciroc all on his breath. Everybody getting paid except for Diddy. He don't know how jacked up he is in this system. I mean, everybody getting paid. If they let him out of jail, that's when the money gonna stop coming in. And the holidays is coming up. He depressed and he crashing out in court. He eyeballing the judge and everything. He finally starting to see how he been getting played. Sammy Davis Jr.'s grandson is running the damn show. He booked speaking events for next week. Despite facing a decade in prison, now he ain't coming home. Somebody had him thinking that they was playing with him. He should have knew they wasn't playing when they denied his bail the first time. He should have knew they wasn't fooling around with him when they denied his bail the second time. He should have stopped playing with them people, showed up to court dressed like Reverend Run. He should have had a crucifix around his neck with a hairdo like a nun. He may never come home. He paid Cassie for no damn reason. He paid her to be quiet, and she the main one talking, still talking and writing letters. He need to be trying to get a refund. The lawyers ain't worth a damn in the case. Y'all need to see what's going on here. Yo, Ray, set that up, man. Y'all gotta see this.
Shawn Diddy Combs is in court right now for sentencing on 2 transportation for prostitution charges. Prosecutors are pushing for at least 11 years in prison, while the defense wants him out by the end of the year. Now, in a letter to the judge, Combs says he's been reborn and is asking for a second chance. Let's bring in ABC's Rena Roy outside the courthouse, along with ABC News legal contributor Bernardo Villalona for more. Rena, what's the latest from court?
Well, Diane, I can tell you that the sentencing hearing is now officially underway. We are told from our teams inside court that Combs entered wearing non-prison clothing. He's wearing dark pants and a light-colored sweater over a button-up. And we're told that he hugged his attorneys as he walked in, and he gestured to his family, who have really been here since day one, supporting him. And the judge acknowledged that he received a lot of materials ahead of sentencing today, including a letter that Combs wrote to the judge overnight pleading for mercy, and also a video that the defense is hoping to play today showing Combs playing with his children and giving motivational speeches. The defense has also been highlighting a course that Combs taught behind bars to inmates, a business management class, hoping to paint him as a changed man since he has been in jail for the last 14 months here.
Man, this is fucked up, man. Hold on, switch that up. Switch, where the other beat? Put the other beat on, man. You ain't got the other beat on there? You fucking up my show. There you go, put that on. Yeah. Ain't nothing worse than crying and begging when you know you really ain't do nothing wrong. He ain't been proven guilty in the court of law. They still can't tell him what he did to where he deserved 11 years in jail. The public trying to figure it out. He's sitting in jail for no reason, and he begging the judge. There's people that pay big money to get him in jail in the first place, and I'm pretty sure they started off by paying his lawyers. He ain't got no defense whatsoever. He might as well lay it down, do his time, and when it's time for him to come home 11 years later, they might hit him with some more bullshit. What is it all about? All that black excellence? Where is the excellency? Ain't nobody coming to his defense. Ain't no celebrities came out and said free Diddy not one damn time. I seen free Pimp C, free Yayo. Everybody that went to jail had somebody in their squad talking about freedom except for Diddy. Where them free Diddy shirts at? Jay-Z ain't wear one. Meek Mill need to be the main one with one of them shirts on. Rick Ross ain't wear one. French Montana ain't talking about free Diddy. He fucked up bad, man. I don't know what he did. It probably got everything to do with Kim Porter. But for him to be begging a judge for forgiveness, and the judge can't even tell him what he did wrong. He said he gave his life to the Lord and everything. What difference do it make? They don't want to see him be a free man, and the public is worthless. His fan base ain't worth shit. He probably better off staying in jail. More money, more problems. No money, more problems. He need to get out and do a remix to that. This the part that tripped me out, y'all. He got speaking arrangements for next week. He already booking shows. They was planning on having him on the Breakfast Club and everything. And he might not be getting out of jail. Disgraced hip-hop icon Shawn Diddy Combs is so confident he'll be released from jail on time served. He has already booked speaking engagements for next week, prosecutors revealed during his sentencing Friday. The shocking revelation came as prosecutors began opening arguments in Manhattan federal court, pressing their case that the Bad Boy Records founder should be sent to prison for more than 11 years. Even now at sentencing for his conviction for 2 federal crimes, he doesn't fully grapple how his actions got him here, federal prosecutor Mark Slavic said. His respect for the law is just lip service. He should have never made those speaking arrangements. That's undermining the judge, undermining the legal system. Somebody convinced him without a shadow of a doubt that he gonna be getting out of jail today. Now he crashing out because it's not going so easy. They give him updates. Diddy playing a video in the courtroom. He wrote a rap for the judge. I don't think none of that shit gonna help. He done already threw $50 million at the damn court and they ain't want the money. So what a video gonna do? Combs' defense team played a nearly 12-minute video during his sentencing hearing. The video included short clips of Combs playing with his children, participating in community activities, and engaging in various businesses. It also showed others praising Combs as a positive influence, role model, and community member. Combs had his head in his hands and was hunched to the side while the video played in court. Oh man, he know that he ain't getting out that motherfucker no time soon. He's sick to the stomach while the video was playing. He know that shit ain't gonna help, man. They had him rolling a blunt in the video. They forgot to edit that out. They made a mistake and played a clip of him smacking Cassie on the ass. He fucked up. They should have never played that video. 12 minutes of Diddy being nice. That's impossible when you a deviant. They should have left that shit alone. He was sitting hunched to the side with his head in his hands. He let out a loud fart. He probably shitted on himself, man. He crashing out in court. The judge don't give a fuck about Diddy no more. He made speaking arrangements and they ain't even let him out of jail yet. Combs' children speak. Some of Combs' children spoke at his sentencing hearing. His oldest son, Quincy Brown, said that Combs has learned a major lesson and is completely transformed. Justin Combs, his second son, asked that his father be given a second chance. Combs, give me one more chance. Biggie, give me one more chance. That's all I keep thinking about with this. He begging for one more chance, more money, more problems. They could hate me now. All his hits is coming to life. He should have never wrote them damn songs. Didn't he have an album called No Way Out? That shit coming to life. You got to be careful what you put out there, man, because it's definitely going to come back. And if you don't believe it, just look at Diddy's situation. Look, y'all. He ain't getting out that motherfucker, man. He did it to himself. He done been around the world. He praying for a victory. What you gonna do? We don't know, Diddy. We waiting to see what they gonna do. What was his other albums? Hold on. Fuck this up. He got an album called Forever. That's how long he gonna be in jail. This is sad. Do you feel bad for him? That's what I want to know. He crashing out in court right now. He done ruined his life for the rest of his life. Look.
Combs himself will also address the courtroom as he fights to go home to his family. We're told that several of his children could also speak along with a pastor. And we just got word that a witness who testified under the pseudonym Mia, a former Combs assistant, backed out of giving her victim impact statement today, with prosecutors saying that she received a bullying letter from the defense. Diane.
Bernarda, how do you handle that when you have no victim impact statements and one who wanted to speak saying she basically backed out because she was scared?
Well, Diane, when it comes to sentencing day is very emotional. It's very impactful for both sides, both the prosecution as well as the defense. And in terms of the prosecution, you have to think, while a physical victim is not going to come forward and speak during these victim impact statements, the government represents the victims. And also take into account that letters were submitted, especially a letter from Cassie Ventura.
Oh, that's fuck Cassie, man. That's fucked up. They gonna persecute him with or without the victims. People don't want to be victims no more. They was forced into being victims. They never wanted to do it to begin with. They was blackmailed and bullied into being victims. And now on sentencing day, they got the courage to say, I ain't doing this no more. This is wrong. I enjoyed the freak off. I enjoyed the fact that I got paid to have sex. They came to Diddy seeking everything that he was offering, and all they had to offer was their tails. They trying to make him a criminal like he a mass murderer. They ain't got no bodies. They trying to make it seem like he killed somebody. This is crazy. 11 years in jail for Cassie, and she get 20 mil. He going down in history. He might be smart when it come to making music and being a mogul and making clothes, but when it come to this court shit, he don't know what's right or what's wrong. He should have never hired them lawyers, man. Who put him on with them lawyers? They've been working him ever since he signed the damn contract. He was better off representing himself. He didn't have to go he should have got low. Get the fuck out of town. Pull a Russell Simmons. Motherfucker, pull a Jeffrey Epstein. Get off the grid. Didn't he name his album Off the Grid? What he hanging around America for? Now he fucked up. Only if it was a way I could help. I don't know what to do. I've been making videos and people ain't trying to hear it. I've been telling the way I feel it and people don't really consider my feelings in this. But I'ma say it again. I feel like he need to be home. Cause the crimes he committed is everyday behavior. Bring your ass to Atlanta and go down on Fulton Industrial and see what's going on over there. Better yet, take your ass down to Magic City and see what they do on a regular basis. Hey, man. I don't know who to blame, but this is ridiculous. I ain't never seen a brother get dragged like this. He was better off getting snipped. He was better off getting a public beating or something. Like, at least it would have been over with. I ain't never seen nobody get dragged like this. Rest in peace to George Floyd. It was graphic, but it ain't last as long as this lasted. They choking the shit out of Diddy, and they ain't letting him up for no air. I mean, what the hell? Look at this, y'all.
submitted to the court for consideration by the judge. Take into account that letters were submitted, especially a letter from Cassie Ventura was submitted to the court for consideration by the judge in terms of what is a just sentence in this case.
Bernarda, as Rena said, we are going to hear from Shawn Combs himself. He's expected to address the court. What are you watching for there?
So we already got a glimpse of what Shawn Combs will be telling the judge, because last night they did submit a 4-page letter in the sense that Shawn Combs is admitting.
She can't even talk, y'all. They need to blood test her ass. Because when them veins start popping out their neck and they get to stuttering, ain't no telling what she might be on that fence. They submit your 4-page letter. She got an invisible hot dog in her mouth. Speaking on Diddy. I'm over it, man. His kid's getting older and older. Before you know it, his kid's gonna come walking in there with canes and shit. Misa already came in there on a walker. His mother gonna live longer than all of their ass, man. Time is flying. We in a whole new season. The summer is over. They was talking about the fall of Diddy last fall. Look what's going on here, man. The non-American, they need to call immigration on that damn judge. They need to check his passport, see if he even supposed to be in the country. He had the Delhi in New York, and he need to be in Delhi, India. I'm over it, man. I just don't know what to think about this no more.
Admitting to his wrong. He is requesting mercy. He is apologizing for all the hurt he has caused. And he's pleading his case to this judge that he admitting to his wrong. He is requesting mercy. He is apologizing. So we already got a glimpse of what Shawn Combs will be telling the judge, because last night they did submit a 4-page letter in the sense that...
Ooh, she on that crack bad. Wait a minute, goddammit. I need to see that again. Cause Diddy ain't the only one that been sniffing. They accuse Mary J. Blige of being a cokehead. They even say Kodak Black is on crack. But what about the lady on the news? Look.
Telling the judge, because last night they did submit a 4-page letter in the sense that Shawn Combs is admitting.
What the hell she was doing all last night? Mouth still jacked up. Can't even close that motherfucker. Did they give her one-on-one time with Diddy? Did she help him write that letter? How come she got so much information, man? Is he freaking off in jail? Is they letting them news reporters get back there with Diddy? Her mouth overworked. She talking about Aaliyah songs and shit. What's going on here, man? Is she got an album coming out? She an R&B singer? They got some explaining to do. The judge acting like he got a sexual relationship going on with Diddy. His lawyer went from looking like Harry Potter, now he looking like Irv Gotti.
Admitting to his wrong. He is requesting mercy. He is apologizing for all the... Because last night they did submit a 4-page letter in the sense that Shawn Combs is admitting to his wrong. He is requesting mercy. He is apologizing for...
Shawn Combs himself.
Last night they did submit a 4-page letter. Last night they did submit a 4-page letter in the... Last night they did submit a 4-page letter in the sense... Last night they did submit a 4-page letter in the sense...
All right, that's enough. Yo, man, yo, shut your ass. Hold on, wait a minute, y'all. Yo, shut your ass up when I'm streaming. Matter of fact, get the fuck out of here. Do what the hell I want to do, man. These niggas. Hold on, y'all. Don't drop my phone. Don't spill the juice. Do what the hell I want to do. If I want to see her say 4-page letter 100 times, and that's just what the fuck I'm gonna do, man. Hold on, play that shit. My motherfucking studio. Look.
Will be telling the judge because last night they did submit a 4-page ledger. Last night they did submit a 4-page ledger. Last night they did submit a 4-page ledger in the 4-page ledger in the 4-page ledger in the 4-page ledger in the sense that Shawn Combs is admitting
hold on,
to
man.
his
Yo, get the
wrong.
fuck,
He is
yo, close the
requesting
door,
mercy. He is
man. Wait a minute,
apologizing
yo.
for all the
Yo, hold on, man. Get the fuck out of here, yo. You ain't shit. Oh my God, man. All right, let's just get back to the news. Got me fucking up. Oh my God, I do apologize, man. For the record, I've been gaining weight. You know, I could barely move like how I used to, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. For the past couple of months, I ain't been sounding so scruffy because I lost 200 pounds, but now they back. Yeah, that's why I sound like this again. My doctor said it got everything to do with the necks. So, you know, you got extra necks, you got extra vocals. So that's what's been going on with the channel. I ain't been streaming, I ain't been uploading like I used to because I've been too busy working out. Now I'm the king of Olive Garden. So y'all gonna, yeah. It is what it is. And Diddy's still in jail. So, you know, it's a wonderful world. Maybe today will be the last day that we have to see this man in jail. But he crashing out in the courts. We waiting on updates. They coming in. They played that defense video, and that was the last we heard about it. So I don't think it went over too well. I don't think the video helped save his situation at all. That was a bad move on their part. They watched the video and took a lunch break, so that lets you know that this shit ain't working out right. Combs' defense team played a nearly 12-minute video. Like that's gonna stop the fact that he was. You could show pictures of him with his kids and videos of him being a nice guy, but what about at nighttime when it's time to get freaky? What about when he got that Hennessy in his system and he hit the blunt? And not only was he doing regular drugs like weed and drinking alcohol, he was doing some other type of drugs. The type of drugs that make you just want to sit back and stroke it because you ain't got the strength to do nothing else. He was taking muscle relaxers and shit. He an old ass man. You never know what somebody's on. I know y'all have to deal with the traffic and y'all be wondering what the fuck wrong with these people. You be thinking it's an accident. And when you get up there, it's some idiot driving like he ain't never drove before. That's because people be on medications. People be on multiple medications at that. They got to take one for this, one for that, one for that. So by the time they get out on the road, they be sedated. And if you know, like I know, the older you get, shit just start hurting out the blue. It be something you did when you was a kid. You did a backflip off the porch and landed on your knee wrong and ran that shit off. 30 years later, it come back to haunt you. And Diddy pushing 60, so I know he need a little something. And fucking Cassie out here burning people. So she had so many antibiotics, she became immune to the shit. So he dealing with sickly people. And I ain't making no excuses for him or whatever the case is, but they need to be considerate. He an old man with money and Beijing. And that shit can get you in a whole lot of trouble. An old nigga with Beijing is like a chick with a BBL. You just asking for trouble. You clearly not trying to get somewhere and sit your ass down. Because if you was, you would have just let it go gray, be an old man, put on some overalls and call it a day. He ain't been trying to do that. What I'm interested in with these speaking arrangements that he arranged, what was he planning on talking about? Is he planning on suing people when he get out of jail? Because that'd be a reason for them to want to keep him in jail. Because all of the stuff he been through, he could sue everybody right now. If you did a social media post, he could hit you with defamation. He could sue the damn country when he get out for the shit they don't put on him. If he get out. He has booked speaking engagements in Miami for next week. So he was planning on going down to Miami, putting his feet up and getting his career back on track. That is the height of hubris, Your Honor. The damning condemnation of Combs' alleged arrogance unfolded as Slavic argued that the music mogul used his power and wealth to abuse and sexually humiliate his victims, including his longtime man. The hell, I don't want to see Cassie's face. I don't want to see nothing with her no more. Get that man his money back, Cassie. How about you do that? Give him his money back. He paid her to shut the fuck up. Now they calling him the notorious P.I.G. Cause she want to take his work, take his little bit of coke, and hit the door with it. I ain't saying he was dead wrong, but he paid her for the damages. That's like you get into an accident and your insurance pay for the damages, but the person pull up in a brand new car that you paid for, no dents, no scratches. Talking about what he hit her or whatever the case is, but he paid for it. People do shit all the time. It's morally wrong. We all understand that, but money can make shit go away. And that ain't right. But it's right to the person that's getting paid at least. And she got paid. That's how I know that the people persecuting Diddy, they using dirty tactics. They getting paid by somebody that got some deep pockets because they put on this shit. They forced Cassie to testify while she pregnant. What pregnant woman you want to know that's married with kids want to revisit their past and make it public and go to court and all? Now you in the news, you gotta tell your personal business shit. Don't nobody really need to know. They must have had something on Cassie to where she ain't had no choice but to get out there. She came seeking for the money, figuring that would save her ass. To where when it all blow over, because she had to know, or they had to let her know what was about to go down with this man. So she figured, hell, I got the money, I'm out of it. But they willed her back into it. He's screwed, man. And for them to go out their way and allow for all of this to happen, for the judge and the courts to allow all this illegal shit to go on, he ain't got a chance. It don't look like he ever gonna become he might spend the rest of his life in jail. I'm hoping that's not the case, because if you don't deserve the time, you know what I'm saying? What they say, you innocent till proven guilty. They ain't prove him to be guilty of 11 years in jail. Hold on, y'all. Let me do this real. Matter of fact, I'm talking too much. I ain't even got to do all that talking. Y'all listening? What time is it? Okay, y'all listening? Okay, check this out.
Music mogul Shawn Diddy Combs is about to be sentenced for his prostitution-related convictions in a New York courtroom.
Yeah, we're waiting to find out if he could be released soon or put behind bars for years. Joining us now, attorney Joanne Molinaro. Thank you so much for being back with us. I felt like it's been a minute since we were back in the heat of the Diddy trial, and now we're back with sentencing today.
Good morning, ladies.
Good morning. Thank you for being with us. Okay, so everyone's wondering how much time he will get. Of course, he's possibly facing the maximum 20 years if he gets 10 years for each of these charges. But like with prosecution and defense wants is so different here. Prosecution calling for 11 plus years, and the defense saying he's basically served his time already.
Yeah, so as you noted, Sheba, we have a wide range. We've got anything from 14 months, which, as you note, he would probably serve about a month because he's already been in jail for about 13 months. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we have the prosecution asking for over 11 years. What we have in the middle, actually, is what the probation office has recommended, which is between 5 to 7 years. So we have a lot of options on the table. And of course, the judge could say, I want the full 20 years. So all of these things are on the table right now.
So regardless of what he gets, people are going to pick apart that sentence and say, was it harder on him because he's a celebrity, or was it lighter on him because he's a celebrity? So how does it, looking back at past trials, how does that factor in the celebrity aspect when a judge makes a ruling like this?
Well, I think that's a really, really great question. And you're right. No matter what sentence he gets, I think people are going to have exactly that question. Judges are not supposed to take those types of things into account, of course. He's supposed to be thinking about, is Diddy remorseful? Did he show enough regret about what happened? Is he taking ownership of these things? What was the evidence at trial? Does that support the sentence that he ultimately gives?
Damn, it really ain't no real celebrities out there no more. That's what just dawned on me, y'all. Real celebrities is the thing of the past. All these people that's famous, they not really celebrities. They just famous people. Diddy got real star power for them to be that disinterested in whatever. They dragging this shit like this, man. There's no way you could drag this with anybody else, man. He might be the last star. There is. That's really worth a damn. That piques people's interest for the most part. Hold on, let me look this up real quick. I need to educate myself because I'm over here confused. Let's see what this is real quick. What classifies somebody as a celebrity? Let's look at this, y'all. Someone is classified as a celebrity by having broad public recognition and fame, often gained through their work in entertainment, sports, social media, or other fields, and is consistently featured in the mass media. The key factors are public attention, media coverage, and a significant level of recognition for their deeds or qualities. So it's his celebrity that's fucking him over. That's what's doing it to him, man. If he was a regular Joe and he had some male escorts bang out his chick, wouldn't nobody give a damn. There's men out there right now in a hotel in Tennessee somewhere waiting on the dude to get there to satisfy his funky ass wife. She just don't do it for him no more. There's men out there that's married to women that come to the conclusion that this chick, I don't want it. He done had it 1 billion times, done blasted that thing out, and it's whack. No matter what she do, no matter what she wear, he just can't get it up for her no more. It's cheaper to keep her. He gonna pay one of them young studs to handle the job. And the whole time he watching, he thinking to himself, at least I ain't gotta do the shit. That just goes to show that Cassie has some whack box. When you turn somebody into entertainment, when you use somebody for entertainment, that shit gotta be super whack. And he whack too. His shit whack, her shit whack. They gotta pay people to have a fun time with them. How sexually awkward can you be? And for Cassie's husband, he a billboard for insecurities. Cause how did he wind up in this situation in the first place, man? He gotta know he better than that. Or maybe he don't. That's a fucked up, man, he in a fucked up place right now. I feel for Cassie's husband, man, cause this nigga ain't shit. Excuse my language, but damn, it gotta be rough. It's a lot of men out there in relationships with bona fide whores that's giving them a false sense of confidence. But the truth is, you dealing with somebody's trash. What they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. Even if it is another man's treasure, it's still some trash. And some trash is worse than others. Some trash, you could take it to the Goodwill, and it'll be people out there that's willing to pay a fee just to get your trash. But some trash, you can't even take it to the Goodwill. Cassie, that type of trash. And I know y'all don't want to hear a man, especially a black man, talking about a woman like this. Especially a Latin, whatever the fuck she is. Y'all don't want to hear this, but we gotta be real about this. It don't get no nastier than this. She looked like a demon after all the shit I heard. And you know, if it wasn't for them putting her personal business out there, people wouldn't even look at Cassie like that. Before all of this news, I thought she was just a sweet girl. That was with Diddy, of all people. I was thinking that Diddy liked sweet girls because Cassie came off like she was just a sweetie pie. But now I see the devil in her eyes, man. Pure evil. And I don't think Diddy had nothing to do with that. You could see the ghostess and the demons all around her ass, yo. And it's not a good look. But for the fellas out there, the question is, if you came across Cassie and she wasn't with her husband, she was at a party and she was a little drunk, and it's that empty room in there, she telling you to come here and all that, would you smash Cassie? For all the fellas out there, would you still do it? Hold on. I ain't talking about the old, I'm talking about this Cassie. Get this Pee Wee Herman looking there out the way. I'm talking about that Cassie. After all the stuff you heard about her, would you still be interested in having relations? Would you wife her up? Sadly, it's a bunch of dudes out there that would still be with Cassie. And that got me thinking, men like slutty women. You're not going to turn a man off or turn a man away by telling him a woman's history. If anything, that's going to make him more interested. I never understood that. What is that all about? To where people get in line to taste the poison. That's like when somebody hit the blunt and start foaming out the mouth. Niggas be like, pass that shit. I don't understand it, man. But shout out to Cassie. She had to know that taking the stand was gonna have people talking all crazy about her and looking at her all crazy and stuff. That's why your personal business needs to stay your personal business. And if you dealing with somebody that like to share your personal business with other people, you need to quit dealing with that person ASAP. If you in a relationship with somebody and they just gotta tell their mama, tell their daddy, tell their cousins, tell whoever about what y'all got going on, you don't need to be with that person. And for you to volunteer your personal business to people, I don't understand that neither. People do it all day, every day on social media. And to Cassie's credit, I believe she was forced into telling what happened between her and Diddy. Her situation different. She ain't just decide one day she gonna hop on IG and do a vlog or do a post and let everybody know what they had going on. She didn't hop on Facebook and give her testimony for the public for nothing. That's how I know that this situation is messed up for Diddy. And I don't think he gonna be getting out no time soon. Hold on, let me double check something. Y'all stay tuned, because I ain't done yet. We ain't got no updates, no nothing. This shit trash. Wait a minute. So this all they talking about, him making them speaking arrangements. You know they gonna shut that shit down. Okay, let's get into this room. What they talking about? Okay, here we go. Look at this.
You see the podium set up there. We'll bring that to you live as we do get it on Live Now from Fox. It is a new hour here. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Christy Mattina. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. A lot of news to get to.
Hold on. They talking about Diddy or no? What's going on here? They better get this shit together, man. I got over 2 people watching this video right now.
Course, is some of this. So we did want to share that with you. And we also have an update from TMZ. This is an interesting development.
Hold on, they put somebody in cuffs. Oh, they put Armin Wiggins in jail.
Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. I'm Stephanie Quinn. Time right now is 12:32 Eastern, 9:32 Pacific, and we continue to follow major news out of New York City, where Shawn Diddy Combs is now inside a federal courthouse for his sentencing hearing. And take a look at this. This is interesting. This is live right here. It does look like
they put Armin Wiggins in jail. Man, he should have left that Diddy trial alone a long time ago, man. Shit, he gonna have to do his next live stream from the penitentiary. Oh, you know them boys gonna tear that ass up. He should have left that Diddy shit. Now he about to go to jail. Ugh.
Like someone has handcuffs on him. I'm going to take that full because we've been seeing a packed house out here outside of the courthouse. I'm just going to drop our lower right here to give you a better idea. But yes, NYPD now has someone in handcuffs outside the federal courthouse. You can see that that person there is having some words. So it's been a bit of a chaotic scene in a ways, as there have been hundreds of people lining the streets outside the federal courthouse, hoping to get a glimpse of what could be history. And a live look right here, we can see this gentleman now being escorted away by the police officer, hands behind his back, handcuffs right there. And it does look like perhaps he will be put inside this police vehicle. But we're going to hang on this in just
It looked like he just escaped from jail with them orange pants on.
a moment. You did see some of the metal barricades that police have put up around the federal courthouse to try and minimize situations such as this. They want to keep it as orderly and as safe and peaceful as possible. But because of the large crowds, and you can just get a glimpse perhaps of just some of those folks, and a lot of these people have their cameras rolling right here. So a lot
People look like Grand Theft Auto characters out there.
A lot of people taking this person's video, as you can see that he is now in handcuffs. Now, we've actually been seeing him outside the courthouse all morning long, and he's been speaking a lot with different people and with officers. But now it does look like he has his hands behind his back with some handcuffs right here, and police are now patting him down. So a look on the left-hand side of your screen of the federal courthouse where Shawn Diddy Combs is in. We also see a podium set up there because perhaps there will be reaction after that sentencing is read by the judge. On the right-hand side of your screen, that is what has been happening. A lot of people gathering outside, hoping to get a glimpse of Shawn Diddy Combs' family, some of whom are inside the court at this hour, and then, of course, some of this. So we did want to share that with you, and we also have an update from TMZ. This is an interesting development right here. TMZ reporting that prosecutors are claiming Diddy booked speaking engagements for next week in Miami. That is going to be very interesting as they discuss that in court right here, because Shawn Diddy Combs is facing possibly many years in prison.
Do he want to stay in jail? Is that it? He must don't want to come home. This is a slap in the face to the judge, the victims. What is he thinking? He could have waited. He shouldn't be doing a damn thing but praying. He ain't humble. Speaking arrangements. This the biggest thing to come out of this today, man. It's not looking like he coming home, y'all. And he crashing out. They said when they played the video for the judge, he was sitting there with his hands in his head, linked to the side, hunched over, in pain. That's gonna be a long 11 years. They might give him more than that. He might have to do 20 years in jail, and he might not make it. But y'all know how that go. They said Bill Cosby was supposed to do like 10 years. I think he did like 3. But still, that's too much time if they ain't got no proof, no evidence or nothing. So this is crazy. Hold up.
So, you know, prosecutors claiming, though, that he is now booked speaking engagements for next week in Miami that would indicate possibly a release of some sort. To talk more on this, I do want to bring in criminal defense attorney Jeremy Rosenthal to talk more on this. And Jeremy, you know, we just showed that post from TMZ. I mean, this is what prosecutors are claiming. Of course, there are always two sides of the story, but what do you make of this?
That's not good for P. Diddy. He's got his federal sentencing today, and the way that federal sentencing works is we have a trial, you get a trial, you get jurors, all of that happens. If you're found guilty, the sentencing is 100% up to the judge. The judge has a lot of guidelines that the judge can follow and the judge has to follow, but really any information like this that makes its way to the judge, it can be really, really important to be able to undermine it or cross-examine it or try to find a way to show the judge that maybe it's not true. And if it is true, that's certainly not the look that P. Diddy wants on the day.
Man, they definitely gonna make it to where he not gonna make it to them arrangements. They not gonna give him what he want. It ain't been decided yet. They not gonna, it ain't gonna happen, man. The only way, it ain't gonna happen. Ain't no way it's gonna happen. I don't think so.
Day of his sentencing where the judge is thinking about, okay, am I gonna go 5 years, 6 years, 7 years? And then we see something like this. That could actually tack on some real time to this sentence if what the prosecutors are saying has merit. So it's a very, very that's not a good look, and it's kind of one of those roof caving in moments for prosecutors if that's what's being claimed, or for Diddy rather, if that's what's being claimed.
Right, because I mean, a sticking point, of course, is contrition. You know, is you know, the person on trial, the sentencing, is he or she expressing true remorse? And he submitted a letter to the judge indicating that he truly is remorseful for everything that he did. He takes responsibility, and he also said that the old self died in jail. There's a new one reborn. And I also wanted to share this. This is from the New York Post right here. So he's begging for a second chance, saying, I will not let you down. However, TMZ indicating perhaps this is not authentic and genuine. That is, you know, a real concern, I have to imagine.
Absolutely it is. And a lot of what we do as criminal defense lawyers is we have to make our client and turn our client from a two-dimensional or a one-dimensional caricature into a three-dimensional human being, and not only being able to tell the story to a judge of redemption, of transformation. You've got to really show the judge, here is who I am. You've heard about the worst.
They make it seem like the judge the victim. Like he tied the judge up and put Astroglide in his ass. They making it seem like Diddy took the judge, duct taped his mouth and threw him in the back of the truck and drove him across state lines. The judge on the stand with his arms crossed. Diddy gotta make it up to him. Diddy on his knees begging, slobbing out the mouth, begging for mercy like he Jesus or somebody. Only God can judge him. The judge probably got a hot date tonight. He might be freaking off all weekend. What is the judge's sexuality? What get him off? It might be something strange. He probably put masala on his nuts and let somebody slurp it off. That's his own personal business. He probably about to smack a big BBW booty tonight. Ain't nobody gotta know. Who is he to judge? All of them people freaks, and they mamas and daddies freaks too. If they wasn't, nobody would be here. They go to court, pointing the finger at Diddy all day, then go home and do some old nasty shit. He shouldn't have to kiss this man's ass. If it's legal, then it's legal. If it's illegal, it's illegal. You ain't gotta explain shit. They already said that he been found guilty for making them boys come up to that hotel for Cassie. All that other shit was consensual. He got over 100 people, probably in the thousands of people claiming to be victims, and none of their stories check out. So that should let you know that it's a money-hungry situation. He changed his life. He got a little fro. His kids testifying, they getting old. Why would the judge want to keep this man away from his baby girl? He ain't got no more fighting his meat. He got a Tootsie Roll. He ain't doing no damage with that. And he got a bad reputation, so anybody with a brain know to stay the hell away from this dude. Ain't nobody trying to freak with his Tootsie Roll, now that everybody know. It'd be all right for him to come home. Let him do his interview. It ain't gonna do nothing but be more entertainment. And all this shit is entertaining, but it ain't entertaining no more. Let his ass go. That judge is not in the position to judge. I would love to know his backstory, how he even became a judge, what parties he went to, eyes wide shut. How many masquerade parties that judge went to. He probably wore a pig mask at the masquerade while they calling Diddy the notorious P.I.G. This sickening, man. He ain't gotta kiss that man's ass.
20 things of my life that I've done, and in some instances with P. Diddy, maybe more. You've heard about some of my shortcomings. You've heard about some of my flaws.
So that's all you need.
The fuck? Okay. What they doing? They put an ad on the side of this shit. I ain't never seen that.
And not only just that I'm a helpful person, stories that talk about how I have engaged with different folks, how I have helped people, how I've employed people, how I've helped people come out of poverty, how I've helped other people reach their goals. And since being in jail, here's how I've done even more to do that. And here's how jail has transformed me. Because I'm sorry and I'm a different person, on their faces, that's a really thin argument. So you really have to give context. You have to give life. You have to give a third dimension to some of those character traits. That's P. Diddy's challenge. That's his lawyer's challenge. Experience tells me a letter to the judge written at the 11th hour normally doesn't do that. And we'll see if that carries any weight. But again, this is exclusively up to the...
That's what he get for being a bad boy. All that flaunting, all that stunting. All that flashing his wealth. Too much stunting. Too much flossing. They done rubbed it in people's faces for way too long. Now people want to see him suffer. Him and his kids. Kids living like Richie Rich. Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Balenciaga. Lamborghinis. Mansions. New York and Miami, Los Angeles, taking trips to Dubai, private jets. They on the yacht, steak, shrimp, and lobster. Put it all on IG for the world to see. They were all the celebrities, Jay-Z and Beyonce at the party. Leonardo DiCaprio in the pool. Ashton Kutcher did a backflip on the trampoline. Stacey Dash shaking ass. Dame Dash, Jay-Z at the party. Fucking Pharrell. He put Pharrell on. Meek Mill, Rick Ross smoking blunts by the jacuzzi. Too much stunting. They would love to see his ass suffer for a little bit. They let him rock out for like 30 years, dangling chains in people's faces. Dancing when they gave him the key to the city. When people were still suffering, trying to recover from the pandemic. They don't want to see that man happy. He was doing too much. He should have been more humble. The music videos was ridiculous. Money flying all over the place. Fireworks. Him and Mace with them shiny suits. Shit look ridiculous, man. Knowing damn well that it's a lot of people in poverty. He made it harder. Instead of trying to keep up with the Joneses, we've been trying to keep up with the Combses. Now it's time to take your ass to Walmart and get some shirts. No need in buying designer. You better design your own shit. I think that's the reason why they trying to make it so hard for this man. If he was humble at any point in his career, it wouldn't be this bad. When Johnny Depp went to court, we don't know him for flashing and doing all that shit. People don't really want to see you down like that when they ain't never really seen you up like that. But when people seeing you up like that, they don't have a problem with seeing you down like that. So he fucked himself up, man. His whole career is bad for the rest of his life. What's that? You live fast and die young? He ain't dead yet. They should have got him when he was in the car with Biggie. They should have went out together. That would have been easier for him, man. He would have really been the legend. He lived too damn long. You can't live a fast life and expect to get old and keep on living the fast shit. It's either you gonna slow down and live or you just gonna crash out. Now he crashing out in the courts. I was hoping today would be the last day that we'll have to even deal with this shit. Let him come home. You know he gonna be tight as hell if he come home and do interviews and them niggas be around him. DJ Khaled talking about, we the best. Oh, Diddy, I'm so happy to see you. Welcome home, my brother. We got food for you, drinks. What you want to do? You want to hop on the yacht? Yo, let's go for a cruise. Where the fuck was you when I was locked up? Y'all niggas ain't called me, send me a letter. Nah, where the fuck Jay at? Jay-Z gonna be avoiding Diddy the whole time until he bump into him in the bathroom. Jay-Z gonna be at the urinal and Diddy gonna walk up next to him and whip that little meat out. Hey, what's going on, man? What's up? Hey, you chilling? You chilling? You good? The fuck you mean I'm chilling? If it wasn't for me, nigga, you wouldn't even be here. All on Biggie Day. If it wasn't for me, it wouldn't be no Biggie. They owe him their lives. If Diddy come home, them celebrities, they ain't gonna go outside nowhere. Diddy might be there, man. You walking your dog and here come Diddy on the bike. And he wanna talk, he wanna ask you a couple of questions. And he's sweaty and he stank. You can't act like you don't know who he is. That's for the celebrities out there, man. They know damn well they had a good ass time at his parties. He had to wake their ass up. They drunk on the floor with chewed up Dorito chips coming out their mouth. He the one that gave them a napkin and offered them a tub to wash their ass the next morning. Now they act like they don't know him. They ain't never knowed him. They just gonna sit back and watch them. They ain't even got nothing to say about it. This is cold-blooded, y'all. Okay, we're about to move on a little bit. Y'all ready? Y'all need to see this. Look.
And it is sentencing day for Shawn Diddy Combs after a jury found him guilty in July of two felonies related to prostitution. But he's also facing a new lawsuit. Deontay Nash, who testified at the trial and worked as a stylist for the rapper, alleges he suffered years of abuse, which Combs denies. Nash spoke exclusively to Jerika Duncan.
Puff is chanced out. He's had enough chances. He's right where he needs to be.
Deontay Nash says he worked for Shawn Combs from 2008 to 2018, styling Combs and his ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura. In May, Nash says he was ordered by the court to testify at Combs' criminal trial.
You didn't want to be there to begin with.
No, I did not.
But you were there because of?
I had to be for Cassie and for myself.
Last week, Nash filed a lawsuit against Combs, accusing the mogul of sexually, physically, and emotionally abusing Nash for a decade. The 39-year-old alleges Combs touched him inappropriately, used a homophobic slur more than once to address him, and choked him on multiple occasions.
Describe the incident you talk about. The incident.
Occasions.
Describe the
slur more than once. Used a homophobic slur more than once to address him and choked him on multiple occasions.
I believe him. I believe every word. His sweet ass around Diddy, it was only a matter of time. Looking like that, if Diddy catch eye contact with that man, he gonna do all three at the same damn time. He gonna grab his ass, call him a homophobic slur while he choking the shit out of him, all at the same time, man. Diddy did it. They need to cut this man a check. His sweet ass around Diddy for a decade, you know some shit went down. I believe his story, his whole testimony. You're not gonna be that sweet around a freak like Diddy. And you want his money and you trying to hang, you trying to, man, ain't no telling what Diddy had that boy do. Oh my God.
Occasions.
Describe the incident you talk about when he strangled you, you say?
Yes.
What happened?
Which time? There was one. Cassie was shooting a video, I love it. And we went to like a restaurant the night before. He just came in with such a bad attitude. So I just left the room, you know what I mean? And I went outside to smoke a cigarette. Don't know how he found me. My back was turned. The next thing I know, he's coming up to me and grabbing me and choking me and throwing me on the car. Didn't I tell y'all don't need to be going out? I'm like, Jesus Christ. And he's like choking me out.
For all the people or questions about why you didn't leave, why you didn't quit or call the police, what stopped you from taking action much sooner?
That makeup sex, that's what stopped him. Diddy made it up. He had to. For him to stick around for a decade, Diddy made it up. He all mad and shit. It's raining. He done stepped in a puddle. He in a bad mood. Diddy choked him out. He get back to his apartment. Diddy got flowers all over the place, roses and shit. He looking at the calendar. It ain't nowhere near Valentine's Day. And just when he thinks shit can't get sweeter, Diddy comes stepping out with that robe on, legs glistening, baby oiled up. Sorry, Playboy, what I did was wrong. I was dead wrong for what I did to you. I'll never do no shit. Well, I probably will, but even if I do, you know I'm gonna make it up to you because I love you, man. Hey, come here, give me a hug. This yours. You like Cartier? You like that? I got this for you. I'm gonna eat this chocolate. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna lay back in the bed, you know, because it's real comfortable in here, you know? And whenever you take your little shower, I'm gonna be right here waiting on you, okay? I'm sorry, I ain't mean to do you like that. You know, it's Cassie be fucking with me, man. I don't like her going to them clubs, partying and stuff, especially when she with you. Now, I know you ain't gonna do me wrong, but I'm gonna do you right. As soon as you get out that shower, Playboy, handle your business. Like, ooh. My man gonna do me right. Like, just a minute, Diddy. Give me a second. Here and there, all you hear is that water splashing, them suds and shit busting. He hop out that zesty shit, hop in that shower, next thing you know, them suds be busting, y'all. It was the makeup. that made him stay with Diddy for all them damn years. Look.
Going out. I'm like, Jesus Christ, and he's like choking me out.
For all the people or questions about why you didn't leave, why you didn't quit or call the police, what stopped you from taking action much sooner?
We were frightened. I was frightened the whole time. I signed up for Bad Boy Entertainment, a record label. I didn't sign up for that kind of treatment. And it will last me for the rest of my life.
Combs' legal team denied the accusations in a statement to CBS News.
It said, Mr. Nash is another opportunist looking for profit off of his proximity to celebrity.
Well, I mean, it kind of mirrors his other statements. I'm far from an opportunist. I think he may be the opportunist. He's the biggest celebrity opportunist I know. A vast majority of the things in my lawsuit, I said on the stand, and they didn't dispute it.
Is this about money?
No, absolutely not.
What is this about?
This is about getting back everything I worked for. This is about getting, I was abused. No, it's not about money. It's about making myself feel whole. And I can do it.
What is your hope for the future?
I hope that the sentence is something good enough for the victims to get some peace and get their lives together and feel like they've gotten justice. I mean, that's really all I can ask for.
Earlier this week, Nash sent
Damn, that's fucked up, y'all. Soon as you find yourself in a situation, everybody you ever made mad gonna be rooting for you to suffer.
a letter to the judge.
That's fucked up. It was all good when he was writing them checks. It was all good when he was getting them plane tickets, when they going out the country and the islands and shit. It's all good when they fixed their plate, when he got them lobsters and shit laid out. When the drinks on the house and they sipping all the Ciroc and De Leon. When he take their ass on shopping sprees and things. They willing to take all of the good that he brought into their life. But as soon as he choked their ass out, smack him up a little bit and call him a bitch, whenever he release a little anger, a little frustration, cause he the one paying their bills and he know they ain't loyal and all they want him for is his money. Now they want to see him in jail for the rest of his life. What's wrong is wrong. I ain't saying Diddy was right. But none of them people in his entourage was right neither. Look.
What's happening right now? Of course, you have reporters like myself lining up and down the streets. We've got cameras, we've got lights, people from CNN, ABC.
Hold on, wait, where Tissa Tells at, man? What the fuck? Where Tissa at? Hope she ain't got no coal or nothing. Like, I know she out there working them Diddy streets. I know that wig somewhere blowing in the wind. Real, there she go, right? That wig blowing in the wind, bad. That's the same wig. She out there work. She's still working that damn Diddy case. I ain't mad. Make your money, mama. Where that nigga, hold on. Where that nigga Armin Wiggins at? He's still wiggling all over the Diddy, look. He wiggling all over the Diddy case. That's what's up. Make your money, bro, man. They're working the shit out of this damn Diddy case. It is what it is. I figure I gotta do my part too, you know. But the difference between me and all these other streamers and everybody else on YouTube, I actually got love for Diddy. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. When his video came on the TV and I was sitting there eating that Chinese chicken and that rice. I was thinking to myself, man, maybe I should be a rapper. Maybe I don't need to go to school. I remember I took my homework, threw that shit in the trash. I deflated the football and the basketball. I said, the hell with it. I'm just going to go ahead and do this rap thing because I like what I see as far as him with all the money and the girls and the cars and everything. And that was a fucked up decision, man. He the reason why I'm streaming and working at the barbershop. Y'all hear these clippers? I'm streaming and cutting hair at the same time, man. This is what it all boils down to. I'm a barber / streamer / truck driver, man. All because of Diddy. Maybe he need to sit his ass in jail. Maybe he was a bad role model for the kids out there. Just for people in general. Y'all gonna have to let me know how y'all feel about it in the comment section. But before I go, I want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all for watching. Matter of fact, let me double check this real quick before I leave. I got shit I gotta do. Did they sentence his ass yet? Okay, hold on, wait. We got a couple of updates. Let me see what's going on before I get the hell out of here. And you gotta be careful with it because they've been bullshitting us for months, so I ain't really trying to waste my time on no nonsense. Okay, Combs, a family man, needs freedom to care for his kids as a family. No shit. Combs sentencing hearing has resumed with talk of trauma. Defense lawyer Brian Steele urged Sumerian to see the case through the prism of the untreated trauma and ferocious drug addiction that he says contributed to the hip-hop mogul's misconduct. Steele noted that Combs' father was murdered when Combs was 3 years old, leaving his mother Janice to raise him by herself. He a grown-ass man today that made something of himself. So what that got to do with any goddamn thing? Combs' drug addiction, Steele said, got out of hand. He even caused him to flatline at times. Steele called Combs a moral man, a strong man, a family man, and the hardest working person that I've ever known. Steele is the third of 5 defense lawyers expected to address the court on the hip-hop mogul's behalf. Man, when you grown, like how Diddy was grown doing the shit that he was doing, that's just his behavior. It's not like he went through a phase in his early 20s and he figured it out by the time he got in his late 20s. So he 40, 50 years old with Young Miami acting bad. He been doing shit up until the date he got arrested. So you can't say he a moral man and all that stuff. The way he was carrying himself for too long, he never switched it up. He been 20 for a long ass time. You just can't convince them that he's a changed man. He had the opportunity to change a long time ago. He said he a family man, needs freedom to care for his kids. Following the emotional pleas from Combs' children, his defense team is re-emphasizing this argument that he needs to be free for his family's sake. He grew up without a father, his mother working all the time, and he swore that he would be there for his children. Still said that's what Shawn is fighting for. So they making it about the kids right now. They need to just blow up a picture of his youngest daughter. The hell with them other kids. They grown. You know what I'm saying? The hell with Quincy, Justin, Jesse, and Delilah. Blow up pictures of baby love and let the judge see that. If that don't make his heart melt, that's the coldest judge in U.S. history. Let me be his lawyer. Your Honor, my client, he fucked up with his other kids. There's no denying that. Quincy, he speaks for himself. Christian, he's following in his old footsteps. He's a representation of the old Diddy, Your Honor. His daughters, they're on Instagram, they're on Twitter. Their mother was a supermodel. Rest in peace to Kim Porter. He has no control over that today. These children are grown, Your Honor. But this child needs her father. Your Honor, if you can biggie give him one more chance so he can take care of his children. She's young. She asks about her father every day, Your Honor. There's not a day that's gone by to where she hasn't asked, where is her daddy? And it would be a great opportunity for him to turn over a new leaf with a new family. I'm not speaking about the family of old. I'm not speaking of the Mr. Combs of old. I'm talking about the new man that you see here for you today. Let him go home and help to raise his baby love. They need to bring her to court so she can say, I love you, Daddy. I bet you everybody in the courtroom will be like, oh. Shit, I'm crying just thinking about the shit. He gonna bend over on the chair just like that. Like, I love you too. Damn, man, I'm out. That's what they. His lawyers ain't shit, man. I would have been got him off. I would have bought them thongs, Cassie's thongs. Cassie, you remember these? Don't tell me you don't remember this, Cassie, because this is shit you used to wear. I would have called Cassie out. Everybody else that took the stand, I would have showed the pay stubs, the receipts, the money what they did with the money. Show the judge what they did with that freak off money. How they went out there and did some more freaky shit without Diddy. How they paid somebody else to come freak them off when Diddy went to sleep. If I was his lawyer, he wouldn't have did a day. He would have never turned himself in. They got them raggedy ass crackhead kids coming. Man, tell them to stay their ass home. Got his crackhead kids running in and out the courtroom, going to the vending machines and shit. They need to let his past be the past and tell his mama not to come to the damn court. He need Martha Stewart or some shit to come up there and sit. He need to pay Taylor Swift to come up to the damn courtroom and sit down and watch. He look back, the cast of the Brady Bunch would be sitting there if I was his damn lawyer. His son's in the courtroom with them chains and things swinging. Talking about they want their daddy back so he could get back to the block. His twin daughters do a BOGO twerk video and show up to court the next day like they father a model citizen. This shit pissing me off, man. It is what it is. We just gonna have to wait and see. I gotta head to the gym. And I gotta get some spaghetti sauce and some noodles and stuff because I'm having wine and spaghetti this weekend. It's gonna be real bougie around here. Got my little robe on. I'm gonna be Diddy for the weekend. No Diddy. I gotta get some spaghetti sauce. I gotta get some noodles. I gotta get a little bit of spinach. Maybe some asparagus, you know. Some blackberry wine. And that's gonna be my week. Y'all ain't gonna see me this weekend, man. This is the last time y'all gonna see me. Until next week. And I want to let y'all know I really do appreciate y'all. I love y'all and thank y'all for tuning in, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that notification button too, and hit that Cash App as well. It's right there in the description box. I got so much love. Y'all be good out there, man. And we gonna be back. By the end of the night, we gonna know what happened with Diddy. We gonna talk about that next week, man. So much love. Y'all be good out there. I'ma holler at y'all later, man.